Alright, so first off, let's look here at someone that's got all the pieces. Alright, I've got 3x. So I'll find my marker. Oops. 3x plus 2y plus z equals 8. I got 2x minus 3y plus 2z equals negative 16. And then I've got x plus 4y minus z equals 20. Okay, we're going to solve this for x, y, and z like we did yesterday. We're going to find the ordered triple. We're going to do it two different ways. First way we're going to do it is a review over what we did yesterday. We're going to do it the long way. And I'm going to show you how you can do it in your calculator as well after that. So first off, if I'm choosing which variable that I want to eliminate, on my x's I got 3, 2, 1. On my y's I got 2, negative 3, 4. And on my z's I got a 1, 2, 1. So I'm probably going to go with the z's.
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, so Katie's looking at putting the first and the last one together, so I'm going to do that. I've got 3x plus 2y plus z equals 8. And then I've got x plus 4y minus z equals 20. My z's are different signs, so that makes that an addition problem. 3x and x is 4x. 2y and 4y, 6y. Z and negative z is 0. 8 and 20 is 28. So that's my first new equation. New equation number 1. Don't lose it. Now I have to get another new equation that's also missing a z. So I'll put the first and third together. It's got to be some other combination. So it could be first and second or second and third. Second and third. It wouldn't matter. You can do it anyway. I'll do second and third right now. That second and third keeps it addition. That's probably why Angie liked that. I'm not sure. Maybe she just wanted to say that. Okay, to get this third one with the 2z, I'm going to have to multiply that whole piece by 2. So I make 2x plus 8y minus 2z equals 40. Had some people in 6th period yesterday forget to multiply what's on the other side of the equal sign. You got to multiply everything. Now my 2z's are again different signs, so it's again addition. 2x and 2x is 4x, negative 3y, bless you, and 8y is positive 5y. 2z and negative 2z is nothing. 16, or excuse me, negative 16 and 40, is that 24? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. New equation number 2. Don't lose it. Now the good thing here, this is a little bit of a shorter one, because if I look at my two new equations, their x's are the same coefficients. So I don't got to do any extra work. Remember we had one yesterday where it was ugly and we had to multiply both pieces, but we don't have to multiply either one. Both of those x's are 4's. So I can just put those two new ones together like they are. 4x plus 6y equals 28, and 4x plus 5y equals 24. My 4x's are same signs, so I'm going to subtract. 4x minus 4x is nothing. This works out just about as good as it can. 6y minus 5y is positive y. 28 minus 24 is 4. So there's your y. Okay, pick one of your new ones to plug that back in. The plus 5y Valentina said, so I've got 4x plus 5 times 4 equals 24. So that's 4x plus 20 is 24. Subtract your 20. So 4x is 4. which she's correct, means x is 1. Okay, so I've got an x, I got a y. I need to go back to one of my original equations to find a z. The third one I heard, Katie, bless you. X plus 4y minus z equals 20. So that's 16 plus 1, so 17 minus z equals 20. Subtract your 17. Bring down that negative with your z there. Negative z equals 3. Divide by negative 1. And z is negative 3. So we would have x, y, z. Alright, now we're going to do that same problem using our calculator. So get that down, and once I show you on your calculator, you can do it either way you want. If it's a two variable system, just an xy and an xy, I usually do that by hand. But once it gets to these threes, if I'm on a test, I'm probably going to use the calculator because those do take a while. If you mess up on step 1, your whole thing's messed up. So, but it's up to you. You'll be able to choose either way you want. There are a lot of steps to remember when you do it in your calculator, so you might still want to get some notes on it. But everybody got what you need? I'll go to the next page and write the system down again. All right, we had 3x plus 2y plus z equals 8. Then we had 2x minus 3y plus 2z equals negative 16. Then we had x plus 4y minus z, same equation, equals 20. Alright, the way that our calculator can solve these is by using matrices. And we're actually going to spend some time tomorrow working with matrices. Matrix, that's the plural for matrix. Spend some time working with that to get more acquainted with them. But what you're going to do first off, if I look at just the left side of my equal signs, just the variable part. Okay, if I look at just that, I'm going to take the coefficients out of that left side and make a matrix out of that. Okay, so on the top row, I've got a 3, a 2, and a 1. And it's got to go in order, X, Y, Z on all of them. So if they ever flip them up on you, mix them up, put them back in order, X, Y, Z. So I've got a 3X, a 2Y, and a 1Z. My second row has got a 2x, a negative 3y, and a 2z. And my third row has got a 1x, a 4y, and a negative 1z. Now we have to know this, and this is part of the stuff that we're going to spend more time with tomorrow, but this matrix that I just wrote is a 3 by 3. Okay, that's always rows by columns. Rows go long ways. That's like you plant a row in your garden. So 1, 2, 3. Columns support your house. They're up and down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, rows by columns. Alright, then I'm going to make a 3 by 1 matrix of what's on the right side of the equal sign. So my first row was equal to 8. My second row was equal to negative 16. And my third row is equal to 20. That's a 3 by 1 because I have 3 rows and just 1 column. And we'll need to know that 3 by 1 and 3 by 3 stuff when we get ready to type it all in our calculator in a minute. Okay, now a side note, don't write this down, I just want you to understand what I'm doing here. A side note, if I just had the simple little taught equation there that said 3x equals 6, I would solve that by dividing by 3 because it's multiplied, so I'm doing the opposite, right? Okay, with matrix, there's not a division. So when we want to do the opposite, we have to use what's called the inverse. So what I'm going to do to solve this, I'm going to take the inverse of my 3 by 3 matrix, and we'll put that in our calculator in just a second and call it matrix A. I'm going to take the inverse of that. Remember, -1 is the inverse. Now I'm going to multiply it times matrix B. Okay, so let me get a calculator under the ladybug and we'll do it together. My numbers back there so I can see them while I'm doing this. Okay, so first thing we need to do is enter our data in a matrix. Okay, so if you look above on the far left side, right below math, see right on the x equals -1 in blue it says matrix, you see that? So I'm going to hit second matrix. Get a menu that looks, that's tough to read, isn't it? Let me see if this, that helped a little, did it? I don't know why it's like that. Alright, anyway, you get, what that is, that's just a list of matrices. Mine's all empty, there's nothing in it. Yours might have some, if it's got stuff out beside it, you've got something in it. We'll just have to clear it out. But with it highlighted on A, on the top, I'm going to move it over to edit. So scoot over to edit on the top.
Hey, can they put that screw that bracket back in
Yeah.
real quick?
Yeah.
No.
Move it over to edit on the top. How are you?
Good.
Good. Hit enter when you've got A and edit both highlighted. Okay, are you there? Hit enter when you've got A and edit both highlighted. So it's flashing now up there on your dimensions. What did we say we needed to put in for our big matrix? What were the dimensions?
2 by 3.
So right now mine, you can't read it, but it's flashing 1 by 1. I've got to go highlight that and change it to 3 by 3. Just cursor over the ones. And once you did that and hit enter, it gave you a 3 by 3 matrix there. Okay, so all you're going to do now, where mine is zeros, yours is probably zeros too, unless there's already junk in there. You're just going to go put that matrix that we wrote. The first row had 3, 2, 1, so you're typing over that and putting all that stuff in there. Okay, so you do that, I'll get caught up with you. You can hit enter or you can cursor. Don't forget your negatives.
Like one in paint at the edge that you know that you use that anchor.
If anybody needs help getting that first matrix, holler at us. Everybody there?
Holler.
Holler, holler. You got it.
Oh, I really don't.
Come on, believe it.
You're lost.
Dad, is that a hole? I always get a hole in my armpit. Maybe the stretching too. No, I'm getting hot. I'm dryer. He doesn't get to keep
Hey, Hey, Blake and Austin showed me there's an easier way to do the matrix I didn't know about.
Is it a solid line running over here?
If you hit alpha zoom, it brings up a matrix menu. So I'm going to do that way. I'm going to try that way when I put my second one in.
Where's Zoom at?
Maybe every calculator don't do it.
Oh, dang, like this?
Solid color.
Yeah.
I don't know where Zoom is.
Whoa.
It's on the very top row. Yep. So that's how you move over to your row.
Alpha Zoom.
Alright. To put that second matrix in, though, we got to get out of the first one. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to change it or anything. So I'm going to hit second quit to get back to my home screen. Quit is on the mode. So you can always hit second quit to get back to your home screen.
Looky there. Looky there.
Boom, baby.
You got to change it over to a 3 by 3. There you go. Now you can arrow, use the arrows, or you can hit enter. Either one.
Not on me, no.
Alright, so we've hit second quit, and we're ready to put our second matrix in. So let me get mine second quitted. Alright, so you can, so the girls over here said they didn't like that other way, you can go back and hit second matrix, move it over to edit again. I'm going to try the way Blake and Austin were talking about. I'm going to hit alpha, zoom. Now this second matrix we said was a three rows by 1 column. Okay, and it was, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, Phyllis.
What?
Because it's already brought, I need it to go second when I do this stuff. I don't have my first one on there yet.
I do. I already was on there.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
This is easy.
Let me put my numbers in. We had a, oops. I'm going back. I'll mess with that later.
Just don't hit second quit.
So try, you want to use my calculator? But it's already on there.
Alright, so I'm editing, and this time don't put your 3 by 1 back in A. That's where your 3 by 3 is. So I went down and highlighted B. So I went to edit, and I've highlighted B. And I got to make it a 3 by 1. And then we had 8, negative 16, and 20. Then I'm going to get back to my home screen, so I'm second and quit again. Now remember, and I showed you this on the smartboard, the whole thing that we're doing now, I've got my 3 by 3 in A. So on my home screen, this is what I've got to get it to look like. Okay. Now Blake's and Austin's, the way they did it's going to look different, and that will be easier. I just started it off in a bad spot, so I'll mess with that in a little while. But I'm from my home screen to pick matrix A. I'm going to go back where I was to second matrix, but instead of editing, I'm just going to hit enter with A highlighted. That's going to take that to my home screen there. So on my home screen now, I've got an A in a bracket. But I need the inverse of that. So now I hit the inverse button, which is where matrix is without second. Okay, now I need it to be B right next to it. So I'm going to go back to second matrix. And I'm going to go down and pick B and hit enter. Okay, hard to read it right there. I don't know why that's like that.
You can hit a light switch.
Yeah, if you want to, that'll help us. Alright, so if you do,
I didn't do that.
you need to put those,
Oh.
you need to put your answer numbers
Hit it.
in there first. So 8,
Kill it.
negative 16, 20.
I don't mess up.
Alright, now go back to your home screen, do second quit. Now go second matrix, and just hit enter to pick it. And then do the inverse, well, not yet, do the inverse on it.
That's so brutal.
And then go second matrix. And then go down and yep. Alright, go ahead, Austin, and hit, no, don't do inverse on the B. Don't do it.
Oh, look
Alright,
at
there it is. Alright, so it should look something like this on your home screen. Everybody got something like that? Once you get that, just hit enter, and it's going to give you an XYZ in matrix form. It doesn't give it an ordered triple, it gives it in matrix form. We just have to convert it. So I hit enter there. That is XYZ. Okay? That is your 1, 4, -3. We write it as an ordered triple. You have to convert that matrix, yank it, convert it to an ordered triple, right? But that's the same thing.
That's a lot quicker.
It is. It is a lot quicker. That's why I said if it's a 3 by 3, I usually do it on the calculator. I know it took a while just going through all those steps with us together, but when you're working that on your own, it won't take long at all. Okay? So, let me give you one to try now. Flip the lights back on. You got them? Thank you, Austin. Alright, this one says -3x plus y minus z equals -10. Then we've got -4x plus 2y plus 3z equals -1. And my last one is 2x plus 3y minus 2z equals -5. Alright, I want you to try that one. And give yourself a chance to try it on the calculator before you just give up. Try that one. You can still do it in A and B if that's, you just have to type new numbers in. I do like this, Blake. I'm doing it y'all's way now. I do
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
it's so much easier.
Hey, do you know the password to bypass stuff?
That's funny, no. The bus driver for Ashdown last night came and asked if he could have the password to do work on his computer during the volleyball game. I'm like, I don't even know the password. No. I was like, y'all don't give that out? And I was like, no.
I wish they would.
It's ridiculous.
Everything.
Anybody need any help? What'd y'all get? Y'all got it yet?
Yes.
What'd you get?
2 -1 3.
That's what I got. So make sure, though, I'm going to show you mine here in just a second. Make sure that you, and let me know if you need help. I don't mind helping you on that calculator, or I can get people that are better at it than me, like the boys over there to help you. My marker's froze. Make sure you convert that matrix to an ordered triple. So we're still writing our answer as an ordered triple. And you can keep going to the matrix menu like I showed you the way I did it. That's the way I always done in the past. I never knew about alpha zoom and all that. But I did it that time the way Blake and Austin showed me doing alpha zoom. I want to show that to you, and then you can do it either way. So I'm going to hit alpha zoom. I need a 3. The top one's already highlighted on a 3, so I'll move it down. I need a 3 by 3. And then go tell it OK. Now I'm just going to type over on those zeros, so I can't read my book back here. -3. Am I on the right problem? -3.
-1.
-1. You can't hit enter this one. You've got to move the cursor. And I had
one when you get to the end of that, it goes to
-4. 2. Oops. 2.
3.
3. Thank you.
2.
2.
3.
3.
-2.
-2. Then I got to get my cursor out of the matrix, and now I'm going to hit that inverse button. Now I'm going to do alpha zoom. This time I needed a 3 by 1, so I'm going to change that to 1 column. Tell it OK. What was it?
-10.
-10.
-1.
-1.
And -5.
And -5. Enter.
there.
So either way, if you go to the matrix menu, that way that they showed me there did save me a little bit of time having to jump around menus all the time, so that was a little bit faster. But even if you go to the matrix menu, that's still way faster than doing it by hand. So either one would work on that. Okay. So you've got 2 methods now to solve a system with 3 variables. You can do it by hand, elimination. We did that all yesterday, started the day with it today. Or now you can plug them in your calculator. Okay? Anybody need any help? Everybody can solve those. We still have to look at, we did no solutions and infinite solutions when there was 2 variables. We still have to look at what that'll look like on your calculator when there's 3, but we'll do that at a later date, not today. All right? Everybody good? You gotta go to the office last then. All right.